Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kyle Got Camera, and today we're going to be talking about the ultimate heart rate variability and brain wave training system with my good friend Skip Kelly from the Thrive Dojo, the Prehab Dojo, which if you have been watching this channel for any length of time, you'll know that I love the Thrive Dojo, I love the Prehab Dojo. I will link up the video that I did right here, and you can go check that out afterwards. But in this video, we're going to be breaking down the different technology that we combine in order to create our own custom heart rate variability training and brainwave training system for anyone. So without further ado, I'm gonna switch seats with Skip, and I'm gonna let him explain to you what he has created and how he's using it to improve these areas of his life. So let's get into it right now.
Hello everybody. Thank you for being here, and let's get into exactly why you'd want to do some measurements like this. When I started this whole thing, I had just done the Joe Dispenza meditation retreat, his advanced 7-day course, and for me, measuring things is really fun and enjoyable. So first off the bat, if you get anxious or if it makes you nervous to record yourself and track progress and see if you win or lose, probably don't want to go anything like this. But if you can get that perspective of this is fun and enjoyable to track everything that's happening in your meditations, in your prehab, in whatever calming things that you do with your life, this is going to be really exciting for you. So right off the bat, the intention here is to track progress over time. And by progress, I'm going to break down what metrics I think really matter with the gear that I chose. The first thing that I got was a Muse S brainwave band. I chose the Muse S because it's the most comfortable to wear for long periods of time, and if you know anything about Joe Dispenza and his meditations or the prehab tracks, you might be sitting there for 1, 2, or even 3 hours some days if you're really having a blast with lots of prehab and lots of meditation. So this is the most comfortable one by far. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get connected to your phone right out of the gate. What I found out is that it connects to your phone automatically, whether you use the Muse app or the Mind Monitor app is the app that I'm actually going to recommend, because the Muse app only tells you how much time you were calm versus nervous versus neutral, right? And then the Mind Monitor app, well actually it's a $15 purchase, but it'll give you raw EEG data. If you do the save data thing, it's actually insane. So my recommendation that we're going to go into here is actually screen capture the device that you're using the Mind Monitor app on. So while I'm doing meditations, I actually screen capture and then turn Mind Monitor on and just leave that on my screen, and then I can skim through. It's actually really convenient, and see what my brain waves were doing throughout a prehab session or throughout a meditation session. So I love the Muse S. It has not failed me ever since I figured out how to get it connected to all the apps and stuff. I keep the Muse app on my phone because I have a superstition that if I get rid of it, it's going to stop connecting to Mind Monitor. But Muse is pretty cool too if you want to show friends and family how to feel calm or how to feel neutral and not anxious. So the second piece of gear that we're going to talk about is what I chose, the Polar H10 HRV strap. You can actually get these on Amazon. They deliver super quickly. There's a few different ones that actually work for this. So the H7, H8 also work for the Elite HRV app was the app that I'm using. It's a free app, and it allows you to track real-time HRV. Unlike the Oura Ring is amazing. I love it. I love getting all my sleep data from it and inputting all kinds of fun exercise stuff. But for the purposes of getting a live HRV reading, so I can get a 2.5 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute HRV readout with extreme details, which we'll go into. And my friend Kyle, the channel that you're watching, made a really cool video, he'll link up right here, that breaks down the deep intensity of how all of the data you get off of the Elite HRV app with this strap work. But aside from that, I use this as a pre and post meditation or prehab tracking system. I actually don't wear the strap throughout the prehab session or the meditation or whatever you're trying to track. But what's amazing is in combination, you do a pre-meditation and a post-meditation with your HRV to see changes in that. But the HRV number is not the only number that we're actually going to be measuring. We're going to be looking at all of the different data, which again, Kyle breaks down in this big fat video over here that's super intense and nerdy. And then during the meditation, the prehab track, we can actually wear the Muse S and track our brain waves. Now, one pro tip I found out about this is if you're using over-ear headphones for this, it might actually mess up the brainwave recordings because the vibration from the headphones will actually be on your ears and hit these sensors. So I try to only use the Muse S when I'm using either an in-ear headphone of some kind, or I'm using a speaker setup. And what's fascinating about it is when you track meditation differences between people, there's two big things we're looking for when we're tracking the data from the Muse S. The first one is the actual amplitude of your brain waves. So some people who have like maybe a more hyperactive brain or can't stop moving, because movement really messes with the readouts you're going to get with this. So in like a prehab session, if you're going around and you're doing all this like dojo stuff and you're moving, it's actually going to be shooting all your brainwave amplitudes up, because exercise is super important for your brain. But outside of that, when you're doing like meditations, you'll see amplitude differences between different people in your family, and you can test this with a lot of different people. It's actually really fun to see like who's got super high beta brain waves is the insane person in your family, and the person who's like super zen and calm has high alpha, maybe even delta spikes on a regular basis. So it's cool to get yourself a baseline of your HRV in the morning, like the Elite HRV app recommends, and see just what's your sympathetic to parasympathetic activation looking like and where you sit on that. And then the data, again, Kyle references in his giant video. And then getting a baseline of if you're just sitting still and you're just calm, your eyes aren't closed, you're not meditating, and just see like what are the amplitudes and what are the brain waves that you woke up with that day. And then go into your meditation, your prehab session. If you're doing meditation, again, wear the Muse S throughout. If you're doing prehab, wear it afterwards, because the movement's going to mess with the amplitudes and brainwaves, although that can be fun to see what happens. And then check after the meditation and after the prehab session, both of these, and just see what changed. And again, during meditation, what I look for is a good meditation for me is going to show these really big spiky delta waves that you're going to go through, right? So when I'm feeling deep emotion, when I'm getting really into that calm state, these delta waves are going to spike, and that's like this pre-sleep wave. And then your theta waves are going to be also riding a little bit higher as you get calmer and you get closer to that like unconscious conscious state. And then alpha waves are your focus waves, right? So these are the brain waves that should be pretty elevated throughout your day, unless you're like at a party and you're dancing and you're talking to a lot of people. That's when actually beta brain waves are really excellent. Not to say that any brain wave is lesser than another, but these are the things that you could look for. Okay, so we're outside, we've got the Muse S on, we've got the Polar H10 on. We're actually gonna go through, I'm gonna screen record what I'm doing here and capture a baseline, and we're gonna get our baseline of our HRV and our brain waves for 2.5 minutes. We're gonna look at those stats, and then I'm gonna do like a 5-minute kindness meditation, make myself feel special, and then we're gonna get that new baseline at the end of it, and we're gonna go inside, we're gonna do the same thing, get that baseline from after the meditation, do a little prehab 5 minutes, and then get that baseline after that. Just to give you an idea of how you could use this stuff. So now you're seeing the screen recording. Here I am, I'm gonna do a morning HRV reading. I'm gonna do an open HRV reading. This is gonna be position sitting with ants. And then take a test. It's connecting to the Polar H10 strap now. There it goes, live preview. Give it just a second because it's gotta normalize, because my HRV is definitely higher than that. And then let's start that reading. Boom, so we've got that live reading, and then we're gonna go over to Mind Monitor. Turn the Muse on, one button click. And then boom, now it's connecting to the Muse. And there we go, we've got our stuff. We're screen recording it. And I'm gonna leave this on for the 2 minutes left of the HRV recording to get a baseline without trying to move too much. Okay, so we just finished the open HRV reading. I'm going into view all data here. Signal quality is great, no artifacts, so everything was excellent. I'm getting a little bit eaten by ants, so you can see that in the brain waves that we're gonna look at. Look at all these things. So my low frequency peak, holy crap, 0.066. That is extremely calm and coherent. The total power, 3000. That's kind of a lower number for me, but that's pretty good in general. And then the high frequency peak, 0.160. That's definitely gonna go up. But here's our baseline of just me pre-kindness meditation, pre-prehab. And then you can see the brain waves over here. So we got super high delta, very high alpha, actually really high theta too, kind of following tandem with the beta there. And then gamma being very low. Gamma is like the miracle brainwave, so if I ever had high that for an extended period of time, that'd be incredible. Must be swatting an ant right there. And here we go, back to baseline, calm down. Whoa, delta goes through the roof, beta's a little bit higher. Huge delta spikes means feeling love, feeling calm, emotion. Yeah, and then everyone else is kind of tracing together, which is nice. Beautiful. So that's my baseline. Let's do the meditation. Okay, so we're back. Did like a 2.5 minute gratitude meditation. Send some kindness to people. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna get new open HRV reading. Again, 2.5 minutes. Make sure we get some accurate data. Live preview. Let it get settled. Looks good. Start reading. Head over to Mind Monitor. Everything's still connected. Screen recording is on. Then we just sit on the Mind Monitor app. Same thing. Not breathing any particular way. Just existing with these ants. And there we go. Got our 2.5 minutes of open HRV data. Let's check out what that looks like. 0 artifacts. Great quality. And there we have it. We got 25% total power increase from a 2.5 minute meditation. Higher SDNN, which is really nice. Ready to do more intensive stuff, like prehab maybe. And then when we exit the screen recording, we'll get the screen recording in our photos album, and then we can take a look at our brain waves. Extremely high amplitudes. Again, we're getting a really nice high alpha above beta. Yep, very above beta. And that's how you see pre and post. Let's go do some prehab. Okay, so we just came inside. Now I'm gonna sit down and do 5 minutes of prehabbing, or maybe 2.5 minutes to match the gratitude thing, just to give you an idea of how you could do something. We have our baseline from post gratitude meditation out there. And now I'm gonna do the prehab session and then do a post prehab session measurement here. Bear in mind, these heart rate straps have very, very low battery time. So if you're using it on a very regular basis, keep a couple batteries around if you see them going wonky. And also make sure that they've got these little electrodes underneath the strap. If you're a very dry person with dry skin, you might want to wet them gently with like a damp cloth, and that will increase the efficacy of the readout, and you'll get less artifacts in your reading. So I get 0 because I'm generally a warm person that has sweat, which kind of helps dampen the measurements and everything. Same thing with the Muse as well. If you're like a very dry skinned person living in a dry place, you might want to dampen the sensors, these little electrode measurement things here, all around the strap. So like here, here, and on your ears. Anyways, here we go. Okay, so just starting the screen recording now, post prehab, letting the strap catch up, seated position, start reading. And we're gonna go over to Mind Monitor. And then I'm just gonna rest. Just finished the measurement in the HRV app and for the brain waves. Just go into view all data. So the HRV went up, the RMSSD and the SDNN went up further. My total power went up another 25% or so from post-meditation, and my low frequency power is the bulk of that. So it seems like my high frequency power actually went down, but my high frequency peak hertz went up to 0.230. My low frequency peak lowered a little bit, went down to 0.113, but my low frequency power is 4,900, so that's intense low frequency power. Let's go check out the brain waves and what that did. So just tremendous amplitude, and it seems like everything is sort of up there together in amplitude, including gamma is now like climbing up there with everybody else, which is really interesting. Huh. Fascinating. Whoa. Gamma is like amazing. I don't know. I don't know why that's happening. Anyways, you can test all these different things on your own, prehabbing, meditating, using this combo of these two things. And I hope this gives you a better understanding of why you would use these in tandem and why it's really cool to see your brainwave amplitude and also just types of brainwaves that are going on. But always remember, when you move a lot, your gamma is going to go up. So this is a sitting still measurement, and I hope you guys found this nerdy thing really interesting. See you in the next one. So we're going to link down in the description, and Kyle's probably going to add tags throughout this whole video showing you how we're going to be using these pieces of gear to analyze other things in our life too, like exercise, like sleep, and prehabbing and meditation over time. Share with you our best practices and how you can really optimize all this stuff and really have fun enjoying measuring all of this.
So if you found this valuable, please give it a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know that you're gonna like this one or this one, and be sure to go check out Skip's channel. I will link it up in the description or up here somewhere around here, and I will see you in these other videos, all right? Take care, peace.